Next, let's learn about variables. Before we actually learn how to create a variable, the first thing I want to show you guys is exactly why we use variables. I'm going to change the cast shadow, transparency, and material property of this part. As you can see, this part's material is leafy grass, the transparency is 0.5, and the cast shadow property is false. I did this in the script by typing these 3 lines. So remember, it goes game.workspace.bluepart.castShadow, and it does the same thing for these other lines of code. It goes through the whole game, and then we said .workspace, so it's going to go to the workspace. Then we said .bluepart, so it's going to go in the workspace and find the blue part, and then it's going to look for either a child of the blue part, so anything inside the blue part, or it's going to look in the properties. And since there is a property called transparency, it's going to adjust the transparency. The same thing with the material, it just went to the part, and then it looked for the material property. However, this is a lot of code to write out. Let me show you guys why we use variables. All I have to do is type local part equals game.workspace.bluepart, and then under here, all I have to do is go ahead and type part.castShadow equals false, part.transparency equals 0.5, part.material equals leafy grass. Now I'm going to delete this code, and as you can see, this is a lot easier to write. The word local tells the script that we are going to name a variable. I name my variable part, and then you can set the variable to something by using the equal sign. So what I did is I made sure the blue part in the workspace is the variable. This is another data type, by the way, it's called an object. So what's happening is on the first line, the script learns what a part is. It knows that out of the whole game, you go to workspace, and then you go to blue part. From there, it knows what a part is. After that, whenever you say part, it knows that this is what it's looking for. If we put this right over here, it will do the exact same thing. However, we are making it a lot easier by typing this line of code, which tells the script that all of this can just be replaced with part. If you remember when we talked about data types, one of the types we talked about was a string. And the cool thing about variables is that they can equal any data type. I named this variable cool string, and I set the value to hello there. I also made sure it's inside these quotation marks to make sure it knows it's a string. Without the quotation marks, the script doesn't know what hello means, it doesn't know what there means. However, inside the quotation marks, it knows it's a string. The cool thing about this is that I can just type the variable name inside the print statement, and this will print hello there. If I run the game right now, you'll see that it says hello there right here. I can click on it right here, and it also tells me the line right here. It brings me right to where it printed from.